I've I've ever been pregnant before. No, it's not the reason why I turned gay. That happened after. Yeah, so I dated several men. Yes, and this is to the people that say that we have not experienced men enough. I've experienced enough to know I'm not in the wrong side. I actually had a boyfriend who even introduced to my mom. Now my mom and his mom, they became friends. I've dated enough men to know it's not a feeling, it's not a phase. I'm lacking something. Because he's not the only guy I've dated. He's the longest guy I've dated.
What is your thought on kids?
Kids are a blessing. And also they are terrorists. That's a personal opinion. But there are so many different ways of having a child. My mom said a lot. I don't tarnish her name. I love that woman so much. She said a lot where there's one thing that she said where she wouldn't even want to bury me. Funny thing, I was outed. I never came out to my parents. I was outed. And I don't like that. I was outed by my sister, who is the masculine and who is the feminine. Yes. She's too feminine, so there's no masculinity in there. But we take turns. In myself, I told you niko na both.
And now that Trump said no.
We live in Kenya, so let's leave America alone. And already the people who are married in US right now, you cannot unmarry them. Tukiingia ukweli, tukiingia kuhusu straight people, wande wameoana sana, lakini wande wanauana sana. Thank you for coming to my life when love was needed the most. And you've created a safe space for me to be myself. You know what I like about my person? She has never called me Faith. She called me Imani. And she has never addressed me as my girlfriend or anything less. My girlfriend will hold me even when I'm having anxiety. Before this shot, we had an anxiety, and she's been there.
Hello, beautiful people, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Love is a Beautiful Thing with me, your lovely host, Millicent Alivita. Na kama kawa na wambianga, sisi tunaongelelea matters za love. Kuanzia juu mpaka chini, we tell you beautiful stories about love. We talk about mental health. We just talk about love in all its aspects. Leo, ushaifikiria kama hawa watu wenye wanapendananga madem na madem, maboy na maboy, what really makes them tick? What really pushes them to that? Today I have a very interesting interviewee who is going to tell us a lot about gay relationships and what pushed her to be into a gay relationship or what pushed her to be a gay. Watch, make sure to like, comment, subscribe and share. If you are a returning subscriber, asante sana. And if you are new here, make sure subscribe pale ndio upate videos kutoka kwetu. Karibuni sana to the show.
I'm Faith Kirugo, but I go by Imani.
Will you decide aje ujite Imani?
I'm non-binary, meaning I don't conform to any gender or any maybe social construction of what gender is. I'm outside the binary, so I feel like Imani is more of a gender neutral name.
Such that kuna hata machali wanaitwa Amani, dem anaweza itwa Amani, Imani.
Same unaweza kuta kuna dem anaitwa Alex, which is Alexander, Imani, Amani, Gift na msichana anaweza itwa Gift.
Okay. Sasa leo kwa show yangu, I really thought it's prudent because natakanga I talk about love here. So nilikuwa nataka ku understand love ni nini kwenu and why do you, like we don't judge, but I really want to understand what is love. Maybe you take us through your childhood yako ilikuwa aje mpaka ukafika ukadecide unataka ikue hivyo.
Decide is a different word though. So I'm a third born, a twin, from family of 5 siblings, mom and dad, been brought up in up country, Muranga, nimelelewa Ushago. So there's nothing like I would say enye ilini push ama ilini influence, as they say, nikakuwa queer because ni Ushago. Kwenye gari ukiona ni ya mazishi peke yake. So there's no TV, there's no lights, there's something, you just know who you are. I knew I was different nikiwa mdogo, because there's a lot of things zenye zilikuwa zinafurahisha the teenage as a girl, the teenage that didn't wow me at all. Like tukikuwa teenagers hapo nipo na discover, oh, you like so and so, you have a crush on so and so. I didn't have that, the crushes with a certain boy, or maybe even confirming that mimi na feel kama mimi ni dem. No, actually thought I was a boy. Yeah, thought I was a boy. That is in class 6. And also funny thing is, my dad alikuwa nitubaya ma tracksuit. Childhood yangu zile nguo niko nazo dresses ni za harusi, because twins, everybody wants to feature twins in their wedding. But mimi nimelelewa hivyo, mimi nimegrow msio kupanda miti, kushuka. I never felt like I needed to maybe have even like boobs or something. Sijaipenda. I've never liked anything femininity or maybe masculine indeed. Actually, that's why I'm saying I thought I was a boy. And growing up as a teenager, unajua ukifika adolescent, we all grow different. Boy and a girl grow different. Boys, the breaking of the voice, the hair, ladies the same, breaking of the voice, anakuwa soprano, the boobs are showing. Mine didn't even show, but
so your boobs didn't grow.
They didn't, unfortunately or fortunately. But that's not the reason why I thought maybe I'm different. I thought I'm different because I would see other ladies trying so much to maybe wear bras, hata wanapima, ama wanataka so much to be associated with anything that makeup and all that. Nah, it has never been my thing at all. And funny thing, I was growing hair. Yes, I don't have boobs. I'm having a chest.
Okay.
So I knew that's something that I'm different. Also, the breaking of my voice broke. Class 5, nilikuwa na guruma. Yeah, and I was bullied for that. Yeah, I had a rough childhood about being bullied because of my gender. Even way before I even realized about my sexuality. Gender is the first thing that I realized. Because I never liked anything that is feminine. And funny thing that me uswa inita huyo boys. Mi nilikuwa nakaa tu. I was hang out with boys and girls. Maisha yangu ilikuwa tu hivyo. I never felt like I need to confirm to something. Because mi kinitaula dem, ilikuwa na usinita chali because
you don't want to be a boy and you don't want to be a girl. You just want to be a human being.
I think it's human enough to exist as just a person. Even if yes, I was born with female genitals, that's why I was named Faith. But I never felt that. I never confirmed to that and never felt like it's who I am. Naichukia sana actually.
Mimi kwanza kuna mimi mingine niliona ati a person is saying ati labda niko shule alafu I hear that a teacher has called me telling me that my son is feeling like a girl inside a human inside a boy's body. Like it is how was it now that you are being raised na a twin who was a girl?
It was tough because ushago, I think the earlier ages ulikuwa unaona mkibaiwa nguo mnabaiwa nguo zinafanana.
Yes,
sisi ni twins. Ukibaiwa dress unabai zimefanana. Mkifanya hivi lazima unavaa zinafanana. I never felt comfortable, but I couldn't voice that out. First of all, it's something that I've never seen, never understood, never heard anybody about it. So I actually thought that I'm very much abnormal. I felt like I'm a taboo for the longest time, for years. I felt like I'm a taboo. I can't talk about this. I've never seen anyone with it. I've never heard anyone with it. I didn't even know about African culture in the early ages ya kujua ati there are people who used to call themselves non-binary. I never heard. So I thought I'm very much abnormal. Narudi kwa Astropitheka, which another story because I've been called that. Because why am I growing hair like a man and a man is supposed to grow hair? Inaka ni kitu weird na ni kitu shocking. Alafu I've grown in an environment where I would say it's toxic, But back then I didn't think it is toxic, but it's an environment where I can't voice my opinion. I can't say something because I felt like I'm not good enough. I feel like it's good. It's a blessing when you have twins, but when you try to balance both, I think hapo ndipo inaletanga equality than kufanya mmoja feel ni kama anakari opinion ya nyinyi wote wawili na tumekuja tuko individual.
Okay, you two guys you have different brains. You look alike.
Brain, we just look alike, nothing else. Everything else we don't share. Actually we share because you're forcing us to share. That was tough because I didn't have an opinion of myself, so I didn't grow up knowing who I am. Because I think as mtoto anafaa kuanzishwa kujijua akuwa mdogo ndio ajielewe, but mimi sijui ni nani, sijiambiwa mimi ni nani, sijaifunza kukua mimi ni nani. So hata siwezi nikaanza kuongea kuhusu the abnormality of, definitely the moment that you put me aside, already feel I'm not like human enough or maybe worth enough, then I'm discovering something different. Itakuwa ni worse because already I'm worse. I'm on the left side. Now, apart from being on the left side, on that left side, I have another left side. It did sit well with me, but also I couldn't speak about it. Ilinikula for years because I think until I turned 22, that's when I started realizing, oh, this is different. I am like this. But funny thing is, my first crush was a girl. We relocated to a place called Gashie. That's when niliingia kwa class, in class 7. Najua class za kitambo used to stay kwa 4 rows. The last row hapo ndipo niliambiwa nikae. Then the teacher said, usikae na huyo anakuwa mang'akano huko nyuma, nikwambia nitakaa na huyo. That was the first time I thought, oh, this is different. Of course, people have crushes and you like when who. That's normal. We all like people. But having a crush, that feeling, and you unajua, huyu anaweza kuwa ni yule. See that first love, first crush. Mine was a girl. That's another thing.
And who taught you about having a crush? Ama you felt it?
It's the same thing. Kuna hii stereotype yenye inakuanga ati us feelings zetu na feelings za straight people zinakuanga different. The same way that nobody taught you that your first crush was a boy is the same way nobody taught me that my first crush is a girl, because love, it's not taught. Love is not taught. Hatred, it's what is taught. So wewe mwenyewe tu venye tu wewe uliona huo boy ukua class yenye ulikuwa and you felt your shy likeness or whatever, it's the same thing I felt.
So my butterflies,
it's the same thing. Feelings are the same. We like different people, but we like the same. Okay. Everything about queer people, it's almost the same with straight people. There may be toxicity in relationships, it's the same. The arguments, it's the same. Difference comes to sex peke yake.
Now, I understand that kabla ufike, you started dating the other side, you also dated men. How was that journey for you?
Conforming to the societal norms of where I've been brought up. I've told you I've never seen a lady and a lady or a guy and a guy having a relationship. So, ukienda pahali, uanza kuona watu wa huku wako hivi, wewe unajua pia unafaa kuishi hivyo. Sababu hiyo ndio norm huko. So hata wewe mwenyewe hauwezi fikiria unaweza ishi different. Sababu hiyo ndio umezoea. And so I dated several men. Yes, and this is to the people that say that we have not experienced men enough. I've experienced enough to know I'm not in the wrong side. Yes. I've dated people who I liked but never loved. Because loving and likeness, those are two different things. You can like someone to an extent of maybe having a committed relationship with them, but not loving them enough to be fully contented with your heart that this is my person, I want to build this, and this with them. And also something else, family. I've told you I've come from a family where I was on the left side, the black sheep as they say. Ni lazima unasafisha at least wakuone.
Muone at least yake amepata mwanaume mzuri.
At least kuna kitu anaweza show. na kitu.
Si abnormal, ako sawa.
At least for the first time niko na kitu naongelelewa kwa hiyo nyumba. You know? Lazima nipate boyfriend. Actually had a boyfriend who even introduced to my mom. Na my mom and his mom, they became friends. Ilikuwa inanifurahisha. Mama alikuwa anambia ati boyfriend yako amepita. By the way, wanaona for once nimeongelelewa kwa hiyo nyumba. Wamejua nina exist. Niko peke yangu, we are not twins. I am myself. That's one thing. Second thing,
how was that dating life for you?
Tough. It was normal to do it, but it might be normal, but it's not right. It's not what you would want. You're doing it because everybody does it. This is what you see, and it is what everybody seems it is comfortable. But if everybody does not, if tukitoa everything from the society, we are allowed to live our life, I wouldn't even experience such a thing. Because my first crush, nimekuambia alikuwa msichana. Funny thing ni ati the same class that nilikuwa na crush, the same class nilipata boyfriend. But funny thing ni ati I would spend so much time with the crush. She knows. Na she used to defend me sana because nime experience a lot of rejection, nime bullying a lot. Nime experience vitu mingi nikiwa shule, na alikuwa mtu mmoja alikuwa hapo karibu na bibi all the time. Unaona? Na I didn't like her because I did defend. No, it just happened. So life about dating bed.
What was the longest relationship ushaikuwa nayo with a man?
With a man? Ilifika 6 years before? No. Been together, maybe there is breaking up and also coming. Was it 10 months? Yeah, I think 10 months.
It's a lot. And does that person know right now that you changed sides?
I don't know. It didn't end that well for me to even be bothered. Funny thing that because when we were together with the person, I also had a girl on the side. Yes.
So, no, this is so weird. So you had a girl on the side. And what are some of the experiences in unasemanga you wouldn't want to go back to dating a guy?
Dating a guy, the fact that I don't feel seen enough. Somewhere that I can feel that I'm human enough. I don't have to compromise. I don't have to cut a piece of myself for me to fit into this. I don't have to make you happy all the time. I don't have to maybe nifani kwa sababu unashtukianga unapelekwa date lakini wewe ndio unalipa, lakini unapelekwa date. Ndio mtu anakuambia nakupenda lakini inaoni kama yeye anakusaidia sana. I felt that kind of a thing. Always have to prove myself. Hiyo ndio ilifanya ni feel no, why? Yet it's funny because when I go to this other person, the one I was with, we were just vibing.
But somebody else might say that maybe that was your feeling. Ulijaribu tu kidogo ukaona what if you tried harder? Because I think I've also tried dating. Some person has made me feel the way alikufanya ufeel, but I tried another, and right now I think I'm happy.
That's when nimesema I've dated enough men to know it's not a feeling, it's not a face, I'm lacking something. Because he's not the only guy I've dated, he's the longest guy I've dated. Before him, I dated others, and after him, I dated others. And the feeling was still the same. There's something that unatafuta. You always be looking for something where you feel safe enough as a person, psychologically, mentally, and also yourself physically.
Sasa, how was the reaction from your parents?
Dear Lord. Where? Funny is I expected my dad, babangu angeninyonga.
But here we are.
People who know my dad, anajua anaweza ninyonga. So I knew, since my mom is the only person that I can confide in, my mom is my friend. Not ile, mamangu ndi rafiki yangu, my mom is my friend. So I thought my mom should accept My dad, mimi nilikuwa nashajua. Mimi actually nilikuwa sure that Kirugo will no longer be my surname.
Yes.
Funny thing, I was outed. I never came out to my parents. I was outed. And I don't like that. I was outed by my sister.
What is being outed?
Being outed, it is where someone tell other people or maybe expose something about you that ni fiche kwako. Like outing someone, it's not even about being queer. Like maybe you can know someone has a HIV and you're going to tell other people that they will talk on HIV. That's outing someone. Hey,
You were not ready at that moment.
I wasn't ready. Maybe I wasn't ready, but maybe the moment was ready. Mimi nilikuwa naogopa tu babangu atasema nini. Mamangu was so sure. Funny, to my surprise, ilienda the other way. My mom said a lot. I don't tarnish her name. I love that woman so much. She said a lot where there's one thing that she said where she wouldn't even want to bury me. She said a lot. Na kaninawa mikono. Literally. Si nimekunawa mikono.
Oh, like Potiphar, when Potiphar alinawa mikono.
Nitisha maji akichonga viazi akanawa mikono alafu kaniambia nimwage nimchote ingine ndele kuchota maji kuchonga viazi. It was that bad.
You expected that reaction?
Not from her, from my dad. Yeah, because my mom is my mom.
But to me, I feel, sometimes wamama, when they raise these girls, wanajonga to the next thing ni harusi. It came to her as a shocker.
That's why I never hold anything against her. Yeah, nikona ile feeling yenye I was disappointed. But I can't hate my mom. Because I understand, I think they're the first lineage from colonization. So they have Bible, Christianity, they have this tradition zenye zimewekwa ndani yao. So si ati ni kitu yenye unajua kuna mtu anaweza kupata na opinion because of how they understand things. They've never seen them. Then they're going to feel like they are a disappointment. And then there's that part of akienda kwa mama wenzake watamsema aje.
I get it. And sometimes Junataka, I really want to understand deeper. How is your relationship with God?
I'm not a Christian, but I'm spiritual. I don't conform to any religion. I think the only religion that I believe in is humanity. Humanity and love. That's the only thing that I think all of us should go by.
Oh, there's this thing called being woke, sijui nini, accessing your powers, sijui nini, that kind of a thing.
Not too much about the wokeness, kama nyanonga wa social media, but I believe in everything there's a spirit behind it. And I don't want to sound controversial, but I think that if I go by religion it's a doctrine. It's man-made. It is set. And it is set to maybe block people from experiencing life. No, na mean that's nimesema niko spiritual because I believe in so many things. I believe in there's life after death because we all evolve. And I believe that things that happens to us happens for a reason of the past or a future. And I believe there's consequences of everything. And I believe that if someone dies, it's not because something happened. Mtu akigongana gari pale, si ati angevuka barabara side ingine ama angepanda kwa bridge angekufa. Angekufa because time yake ilikuwa imefika. And I believe in manifesting of ile yenye what you speak is what utapata. Nona.
Now, do you ever feel like whatever you have right now, given a chance, maybe tungekuwa tuko kwa technology poa nini, and then now you have your boobs grow, maybe something happens. Do you think something will have changed?
My boobs grow and then
your physical appearance, maybe you have a girl's voice, something like because it started, this led to this. You feel the same?
I don't think anything could have changed because gender and sexuality are two different things. Gender is about physical and how you feel you are. Yeah. This other thing, it's already in you. Nona, ni kitu iko ndani yako. It is what you wake up every day and feel like. Gender, it is you wake up every day and you feel this person. No, it's the continuous thing, whether you are in a relationship or not. That's when we there are two different things. Sababu sexuality comes in where you have to see to attract. But like kama wewe asubuhi ukiamka, wewe ni dem, utafanya vitu zako kama dem, utafeel kama dem, na everything surrounding you as a person, it's femininity. Yes. Regardless whether you have a boyfriend or not, it's femininity. The same way with me. I would wake up every day and I would look myself and I would say, no, nah. And I wake up every day and I'm like, yeah. I feel like them. Something else funny is, nimesema niko non-binary, so in me there's masculinity, there's femininity, and they always balance. There are things that I can do has femininity in it. There are things that I can do has masculinity in it. Zinakwanga ziko tu zote mbili. Na it didn't lead to sexuality. Sexuality only came later because sexuality is feelings. Kwa sababu nikiushago, when I discovered that I'm non-binary, they were ladies. Kulikuwa na wasichana. But I never liked any of them. But now, another place, I liked this one. That's when it didn't lead to anything. Now that
I believe you are in a relationship. What is your thought on kids?
Kids are a blessing. And also they are terrorists. That's a personal opinion. But there are so many different ways of having a child. There's this thing that people say, oh, nyinyi mnadate mademu wawili, nyinyi mnadate machali wawili, hakutakuwa na generation yenu. But generation, it's about DNA. Unajua hivyo, it's about DNA. And sex, we should all remove sex from love. Because if we want to put love and sex together, what happened to the sex workers? No, sex, it's an activity that is done for that moment. Love, it's a continuous work. And me loving a woman, and maybe I have a sex with a man, that does not mean, oh, kumbe unapenda hata. Because it's an activity. It's a thought of that moment.
I think you guys, mnajitengenezea rules zenu. Because you're putting rules, mnajitengenezea rules zenu because simply because you cannot have a kid with a woman, now you compromise, you will have a man. So definitely you need a man.
It's not a must that you sleep with a man for you to have a child. Because if you say that, think about those people who are infertile. Wanafanyanga aje? Like the man, they're married, the man is infertile, or maybe the man is infertile, and the woman has to get children. Do they really have to go to get to another man? See, there's other medical ways, because tunaangalianga the bigger picture. Is it the process or the product? No. Now, actually, I wish there were so many ways that we can impregnate each other. You wanna, in your relationship, you are the one who wants to get pregnant? I'm not sure. The experience of carrying a pregnancy, I'm not sure about that. It seems fine, but also it's terrifying from experience.
Tell us about it.
Hey, that's I've ever been pregnant before. No, it's not the reason why I turned gay. That happened after. Okay. Yes, I was in this relationship, this happened, and pregnancy was there. And it was rough for me because it was the first time as a young adult. Yes, the baby daddy was present, akisema kwa mdomo, because he was still schooling and other stories. Yeah, unfortunately the child died because one negligence of hospitality and also too much stress led to that. But that's not the reason why I'd say ninaogopanga kupata ball tena.
Okay, because someone else might say maybe because of that experience ukachike na utakasema afadhali niende hii side nyingine, ama it was one amongst the
before I got pregnant from that 10 months almost 1 year boyfriend, I said I was dating a woman also. Okay. So the pregnancy came even after all this.
Okay, but you still want to have kids in future?
Yes, we actually have one kid. Yes, but not biologically mine, but it's our kid. Because I think if we start thinking about, oh, si mtoto wako, what about those who adopt children? Let me ask, why? How comes that two people who are adopting children, they have a right to call those children theirs, but me who's dating someone with a child, I can't call that child mine? You can. They can. Yeah, it's the same thing. Us bringing up children is the same way you people can bring children up. Difference ni ati kuna wanawake wawili, kuna wanaume wawili.
Now, and if the child is in that situation, anawaita nani? Do you think ni so much confusion?
Yes. I know there's too much confusion about that, but I said things are taught. A child is taught. Unajua, ukifunza na mtoto, you learn na society, you learn na surroundings. Na as a parent, I believe your child, it's either atatoa vitu mbili kwako. Either ukue role model wake ama ukue kitu yenye hata itaka kukua. I think love is what a child need most, rather than a mother and a father. A child need love first. Hiyo ndio I think the ultimate thing inafaa kukua. Tutoa hizi akili za akilelewa na wasichana wawili anahitaji na babake, akilelewa na wanaume wawili anahitaji mama yake, because motherhood and fatherhood, it is not gender based. Sababu ukisema udefine mwanaume, utadefine mwanaume na nini? Just because he has a penis, it's in the character, it's in the building. No, it's the same way with mothers, because if you talk about motherhood, we say that motherhood is inakunga ni ndani yetu, na it's about women. What are we going to talk about the women who kill their own children, meaning that they don't have that motherhood instincts ndani yao? Motherhood, it is bringing up, loving, catering, caring. That's what motherhood is. Fathering is responsibility. The same thing, nurturing, loving. Akunanga any other difference.
Now, one other question. What were in your relationship? So you are the man in the relationship?
No, we don't have a man relationship. We have two people who love each other. One is a partner, Mimi. The other one is a girlfriend. Because no man in it. You don't have a male in a relationship. I think maybe most people fail to ask this question. Now let me rephrase the question. The question is, who is the masculine and who is the feminine? She's too feminine, so there's no masculinity in there. But we take turns. In myself, I told you, niko na both. So there are things that I can do better, and there are things that she can do better. Like, let's talk about cooking. I hate cooking. Everybody knows that my mother knows that I hate cooking. You know? So she'll do the cooking. And I don't think that cooking should be feminine, but for the context of society, believe so, she'll do that. And then there are other things that I will do better. And there are things that both of us are vast. Like Mimi, niko more emotional than yeye, but mi nitalia haraka kumuliko, lakini mi nitanitoka haraka kumuliko. Unaona? Inakuanga hivyo. And then there are things that kuna vitu ya tasikia ziko na ile huruma ya ile yenye akiuishe that motherhood, that womanhood. Na mimi naona na masi shida ni nini? Na kuna vitu mimi nitaona nione kai na yeye anaona sasa hii ni nini? Tuko diverse.
There's something that I'd love to ask. Sasa unaona vile mimi niko na boyfriend, I know that it will lead to marriage eventually. Yours is a relationship. What will it lead to? Do you go back to your parents? Because I believe ukikaa na mtu lazima you make it official. Now that Trump said no.
We live in Kenya, so let's leave America alone. And already the people who are married in US right now, you cannot unmarry them just because Trump has said. A law is a law. He's the president, he can say that, but everybody is above the law.
And now in Kenya, it is not acceptable.
It is not acceptable, but we can live together. This is what I believe. When I was growing up, I never thought myself being maybe having like a marriage, or maybe atinede kanisa nikavae sijui gowns sijui nikafanywe nini. I believe in people living together, loving each other, trusting each other, committing to with each other until the time they feel no, I think hii journey imeisha. Kwa sababu tukiingia ukweli, tukiingia kuhusu straight people, wande wameoana sana lakini wande wanauana sana. So why marriage then? Ushachoka na mtu like 10 years ago, but because society and marriage and divorce is very expensive. Naona, because once you go to court unaanza kuambia stories za divorce, mnaambianga kwanza mrudi mfikiriane. Na sasa hiyo ushachoka na huyu mtu, hatutaki kusikia kipumua karibu na wewe. Why all that? Mbona ufungie mtu maisha yako? Like why both of us would date na siku moja achoke na mimi ile completely? Because love it's not a feeling peke yake, it's more of a choice. I choose this person every day, no matter how ananuka, no matter anakaaje, ataniembarasaje, because every day you choose your boyfriend. Sasa kumaanisha aje kuembarrass, kuembarrass, but una feel is apart from this is what you have created, it is worth enough to every day having this. She annoys me a lot, and she knows. But then every day I choose her. I roast her a lot. She would complain, but tomorrow she would complain why am I not roasting her. Yes. So
we feel like you guys,
not all of us, because there are people who have been married for 10 years, 20 years. I know a lot of people who have been married for 30 years. Saizi wako in their 50s, married with a certificate, not here in Kenya, but outside. Okay. No, outside. Watu wengi wanaonanga safety is what matters, and family comes first before everything else. And whenever you feel like your family is secure, that's where you go. Usifikiri ati watu wanaenda US ndio waone juu huko niko wanaweza, ati huko niko wanaweza kaa vizuri na hiyo tabia yao. No, it's because other countries like US, South Africa, other countries even in Europe, England, that is where they are accepted enough. That's why we are seen human enough. Like Mimi, when I came out, I lost a lot of friends. I think the only friends that were, it's only one. You. When it's funny because there's this one person, aniongeleshangi. I think everybody nakutanga na yeye anashinda akiniambia, mtu anasemanga ulimfanyia hivi na hivi na hivi na hivi. Because when I came out to her, she told me, mimi sinanga shida na lesbians, bora mtu asinikatie. No, let me tell you. The same way that not every man is walking you find attractive, it's the same way I don't find every woman attractive.
I think there's that stereotype ati kama wewe ni lesbian utanikatia. Yes. So people will try to avoid with you.
Ni kama nitakuja nikufanyia kitu. At some point some of us, they cannot even sleep on the same bed with you. No, don't turn on me like that. I have a type and you're not my type. You're not my type. Usifikire, no. That's one thing. There's so many things because we lose jobs. Like I'm here, the way I am as a queer person, but in my workplace, rumors, but they don't know that I'm queer. Actually, in my workplace, they don't portray queerness, which hurts. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable because I don't know how they're going to perceive me after. I don't know whether I'm going to lose my job because taboo and this doctrine of Christianity or whatever you worship, it's so sad. Inafanyanga mpaka watu wengine. I know people. I know there's a friend of mine mwenye saizi ako in a better place, but alika kwa street hizi streets za Nairobi for 2 years. Because familia yake everybody alimweka nje mpaka the siblings. Why hamwezi kuwa na mtu kama wewe? Now you think that wazungu wanatudanganya na tusponsor, hapana. It is natural for a person, for any, not even for a person, for any species, that's even dogs, even elephants, to find maybe comfortability in where they feel secured enough. So mimi kama kitu kitokea hapa saizi, mimi nifungulie mlango pale niingie, huko niko nitaka, sababu huko niko na feel niko secure na nikaishi maisha yangu. Unaona? So msiseme ati wewe tunatorokianga na huko sababu huko niko unaweza entertain hizo tabia. Hakuna ku entertain hizo tabia. Kwa sababu let me tell you something that people don't know. By law, it is not wrong to have a relationship with the same gender. By law, it's not wrong. Kwa sababu inasemanga, hiyo panel code inasemanga, it is just sex. Unaona? Sex. Now, unless you find me in the act, you cannot incriminate me. Unless. So, I have a right as a person living in Kenya to date who I want to date, hold hands to whoever I want to hold hands with. What I know, it's I think an offense, I'm not sure, it is to have PDA. PDA ndio naonanga ikiwa it's wrong. But funny thing ni ati by Sharia it cuts both sides. Same sex, homosexuality and straight people. But then it's very funny because you people are going to accept a guy kissing a girl, but then voila, it's a taboo, it's an offense when I kiss my girlfriend. Kwa nini there's discrimination, bias, na inafaa kuwa sisi sote tuko accepted in society.
Now that you found love, do you feel hati yako ilitosheka? You found whatever you were looking for?
Yes, after that, before this relationship, actually we turned 1 year juicy, 7th. Yes. Congratulations to us.
Congratulations to you.
It's been a journey. For those who are close to me, they have known I've been in a 4 years. Yes, that's something else that I want to kill a different stereotype. Let me cut it short. When asamanga ni face, I've been in a 4 relationship, a toxic one. 4 years relationship, a very toxic relationship. People around me know that I've ever even attempted suicide, not even once, twice. It was too toxic in a way that even my parents saw it.
And it was the same gender?
It was the same gender, apparently. Voila, if it's very surprising if you people think that this is a face. Why would I stay in a face that I'm suffering in 4 years? And yet I know there are other suitors, men out there who can give me a better life and everything else that I want. But why would I constantly choose the same toxicity every day, 1 year, 2 years to 4 years? Why? Do you think that if it is a face, ingekuwa ishaenda kitambo? Ingekuwa ishapita kitambo. Kwa sababu what I did, it's portraying straightness. Nimeka ni quotes kwa sababu I know straight people like staying in toxic relationship for long. But why would I even entertain that?
Also, your parents thought yo ugonjwa imekushika itaisha, but you've stayed in it for so long.
4 years, and I actually introduced her to my parents, and there was a Christmas we were all together. And my firstborn likes her very much. The one who hated me liked her then. I don't know. We don't talk. We don't share about those stories any longer. But my mother and my father, my dad said he called me. But hivyo nimesikia ni hivyo. Nikamuuliza umesikia aje?
Habari gani zinanifikia?
Uhondo unasema aje? Ananiambia mamako ameniambia hivi na hivi na hivi. Na ni kwa nini? I felt accepted even if didn't accept, because Hannah, the first question is ni kwa nini? It's not stop tabia zako. Nikamwambia iko hivyo, kaniambia sawa. Alafu kaniuliza na sasa na kanisa. Nikamwambia kanisa iko sawa, mimi sina shida. Alafu kaniuliza na watoto. Then nikamwambia watoto from kitambo, dad, mom and told you the only thing that I can bring that house is a child. Actually that's what I've been bringing, a child. So msikuwe na shida na mtoto. Kabisa. Nikamwambia sawa, tutaomba tu.
Because you know
relieving for me. Akunikashifu. I've never been rejected at home. Yes, kuna kale ka distance kadogo kanakujanga ni normal. Kuna kale tukarifu tu kanakuja, but my siblings are still my siblings. Now we still joke about everything about life. What different is I can't talk about my relationship with them because they're all in straight relationships. They can share their own problems about their marriages and relationships. I can't share the same because we are still in that journey of trying to process everything. Now, I don't think that maybe this is how I think. Maybe they don't have an opinion because they don't know how to have opinion. But like now, if you have your sister, you can share something about your sister because you're dating the same gender, so there's similarity. But they don't know how to advise me or maybe guide me about the same thing. The same way I don't expect my friend to maybe tell me to do this and this and this. They can only advise me from a perspective of relationship, not gender.
They don't understand.
We are still a family. My twin sister came over at my house, slept for other day. She took my girlfriend out. They went out. Funny thing is, mimi sijaigombanishwa na sistangu juu mtu na date na alinigombanisha. That felt so accepting, by the way. Yeah, that felt so accepting. Very much accepting. And actually, when the last time I went home, even my mom told me, na shida ukiongelelea si basi siku moja unaweza kuja naye nyumbani.
Mali imefika ni sawa tu.
Ni sawa tu. Mali imefika tunaona ni kama hii si vile tulikuwa si mapepo. Hii actually tunaona kama ni ukweli.
You know, for me, I struggle with understanding, but I also learn every day. Yeah.
You know what? This is what as queer people we want. We don't want you to maybe understand us fully. I want us to accept us. Kwa sababu Muhinda akikuja hapa na haongei Kiswahili, huwezi sema start associate na wewe juu ongei Kiswahili. Nita understand yeye ni Mhindi. Naona. But nilisema religion yangu ni humanity because at the end of the day, what are we looking for? Hearts. Because utanitoa nje mimi as a queer person, unieke kando because I'm queer, but you're going to have your friends who are very much snakes.
Yes.
Who are straight. That's why nimesema it's all about hearts. Tukubalini vile sisi tuko the same way sisi hatumuulizangi. Unajua kwanza nyinyi ndio mko very much privileged that Millicent utapitisha boyfriend yako pa umeshika mkono na nobody is going to talk.
Yes.
That's a privilege.
Yeah.
But even mimi nimevaa hivi, leo nimevaa fadhali, nikivaa vi masculine na natembea na sister yangu hapa, mwenye baby atufane na yeye, nyinyi ni mashoga, ozjuni bana hata ni sister yangu. See the difference? Nyinyi mnafaa kuwa sisi ndio tuko on the other side. Sisi ndio tunafinyiliwa, we are the oppressed. Sisi ndio ndio mnafaa kuwa mnatuelewa ile yenyewe we are people. We don't want you to accept us ati mko hivi hapana. We just want to be seen as people.
Yes. Something like empathy.
Yes, human. We are human enough to exist in the same place that you exist in. Also, do you know it's very funny when you meet like example, let me give an example of like 10 queer people who are together and you straight couple mpita hapo mkikis. Sisi hatuna shughuli. Hatuna shughuli. Actually going to say, wow,
You don't spread hate.
we don't, because we know what to be hated feels like. I've experienced homophobia. There was this day I've experienced several homophobia from friends to family. I had this girl. We were supposed to go or maybe lead to something. Nikaenda kwao Kirinyaga. That's a very funny story. Kwao Kirinyaga. And I was supposed to be there as a support system because she lost her grandfather, who was her father figure. So I know how this paramount it is to her. But when I stepped there, I was received with so much hostility that walisema kesho asubuhi, the whole family. Hakuniambia direct, msichana akikuwa hapo kesho asubuhi ataona. I had to leave haraka sana, not prepared. I don't even know what to do. Nilifika huko Nairobi ndio by the way,
Kama nimefukuzwa.
Nilifukuzwa. Sasa ni
kama hawajanipenda.
Kwani mimi na mtu napendeka, shida ni nini? I understood why. She didn't tell me directly, but she told me later. That's one thing. The extreme homophobia I've experienced, saizi nimenona. Saizi niko na nimenona. Watu najua nimegrow nikuwa mskini. Now picture me skinny. Nywele nimeanza kulelea vizuri before niko dready. Mimi skinny with a very deep voice, walking in these streets. It's a bit, and also masculine. Mi sivangi masculine sana na sivangi femininity sana, navanga androgynous. Bora nguo it's uncomfortable. So I went to see someone in Kikuyu and I just asked for direction. Kwa uwanja wa matatu. Mimi nisikia tu Kinodhia. There's a guy called Kinodhia with a mkokoteni. They were speaking Kikuyu, but I think I don't portray Kikuyu in me. I don't know why. Bana mimi ni Msapere. Watu unangi Kikuyu in me. So they spoke in Kikuyu and that Kinodhia said alita Washira. Washira. Ni mimi nimesikia vibama ni nini? Atipokunyona msichana wako hapa ni kijana. As old as I am, I don't have enough boobs to show to be msichana enough according to the society.
So you were there listening to them ask if you badala wa kuuliza.
Nimeshanga I battle social anxiety. I have I have several mental disorders and one is anxiety. Ile yenye nitasimama. Sizi tembea, sizi fanya anything. So I feel attacked. I don't even know how to run. Maandamano nimenifunza kurun. But I was shocked because I didn't know what to do. Nali ni grab mkono. Kuja tujue tukague. So nani matatu and we all have a history of how tout are. You know how makangas are. Plus mkokoteni, plus ndothi guys. Now all that combined, it was too hostile that sasa mimi, I'm very aggressive. I'll fight back. So I fought back. Mimi nimekuuliza direction na niliza nini, tukaanza back and forth. So the guy grabbed my hand. Na nini abukusa tuone kama nini. Luckily nilikuwa nimevaa vest ndani. Ningerudiwa shati, t-shirt. Nakumbukanga mpaka siku leo. Cause alinishika hapa hivi. Ananiuliza, alinikuwa ananiinua. So I think the Moshiri guy was supposed to come achungulie. I don't know. I have something to show if I'm female enough, if I'm woman enough, and you can see as old as I am, according to society, I don't have boobs enough to show that enough. It was too hostile and so sad because nobody came to my rescue. Mpaka wa mama, amna huruma. Ilikuwa ni back and forth because I dealt with these two guys and another town came akaanza kusema ati alitumia Kikuyu. Simunguze tumatiti, alitumia tumatiti tuone kama kuna kitu.
Wow, so sad.
Yes. It was only gari ilipita, there's a nganya ilipita ili tu separate. Mimi nikaran, nikaingia gari nenda tao. Na nikakaa hapo. The people who know that because my former boss knows that because nilimtext, niliingia kwa gari nikapatia makanga simu akalipa, alafu nikakaa hapo hivyo. Nilifika kwenye nilikuwa naishi kitambo, nilishindwa kuvuka barabara. I texted my boss nikamwambia, Johnny kuja, sitaki kitu kingine, mimi ni hug. Because I want to feel like sijafanywa vibaya. I've also experienced rape. And I don't like human touch. I'm not a physical person. Let me rephrase. I didn't say that I am a touch me not. Touch me not, let me educate you. It is a face mostly queer people use. There are people who don't like to be touched even during sex. They don't like to be touched. They're called touch me not. I am not a touch me not, but don't touch me too much. That is everything. Because nimejifunza hata kusalimia watu, kushake hands kwa job yenye niko nao saizi ama kuhug watu. Maybe just gota ama just hey hi. I don't like too much physical. Leave me alone. Leave this space alone. So I wanted to feel like I'm still a person. Am I still a human? I call myself Galian. Gay part is the sexuality. Alien, it's because I've experienced homophobia and a lot of rejection enough to understand. Kwani mimi ni alien? Nimeenda pale najiuliza mimi ni alien. Because I don't belong. Nimeenda kutafuta kazi hapa tu Ngara hoteli, and that woman told me, I don't think unaweza fanya kazi huko na hiyo sauti yako. Ashindwe sana huyo mwanamke. Yeah, can I cuss?
They're cuss, don't cuss, they're cuss.
Yes.
Cuss unto them.
So I've experienced so many things to don't forget that I've grown up with the low self-esteem. So I've never felt like human enough, apart from the society, from home. Because still at home, before hii tufike pali penye nitaguruma na tuko sawa, I would speak and one of the family member would say, endo kagurumia na huko. Ama unasema nini na kuguruma? So I've lived knowing I'm different, I don't belong, I'm a taboo, and I'm not enough as a person, as human. That's why natumenga jina Gillian. Yes, because funny thing, I've learned and experienced love from different people, not family. That's another thing that I like about queer people. We love each other, no matter what happens. We love each other. Mr. Kudanganya, if I see a queer person being harassed there, nitachana na hii mic sahi. Funny thing, because you straight people are going to see someone and just I've experienced acceptance, love, safety, comfort from that one friend who was left, another friend that I made who is queer. Funny thing that I have only one straight friend. I only have two straight friends. The rest of my friends are queer people, because those are the people that don't question me. Leave alone being judged. Judging is a human nature. But you know what? Judge me but don't condemn me. Judging is normal. Umevaa ngumba nitakujudge. But nisikujudge ile yenyewe si understand why. No. You can judge me but don't condemn me. Don't push me aside. Kama sijakuuliza kitu yote, achana na mimi. Like if you're not touching my business, you're none of my business. And I don't care how you live your life. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you worship. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care how you work. I'm pro-life. What I care most is, are you a good human? I think that's what matters the most. And as Kanye said, what will kill humans is humanity, because that is what they're lacking. What kills us, it is what we lack. Now, there's too much ignorance in us that it's always end up killing us. And we lose too much concentrating on who you are. What do? The classism we put, the standards that we put, that does not matter. We love each other, we are people.
Whatever you're saying, like you really want to surround yourself with a lot of love. Now this is the part that I love the most. I want you to look at that camera over there. Nimetafuta hiyo camera, ndio ile camera pale. I want you to look at that camera and tell that person that you are with right now how much they mean to you, and appreciate them because they make you glow. And thank you so much for educating us today.
First of all, congratulations for staying with me for 1 year. I'm a headache. I'm a lot to handle. And thank you for coming into my life when love was needed the most. And you've created a safe space for me to be myself. You know what I like about my person? She has never called me Faith. She called me Imani. And she has never addressed me as my girlfriend or anything less. My girlfriend will hold me even when I'm having anxiety. Before this shot, we had an anxiety, and she's been there. She has been there. That is what I like about her. She's a warm person. I like you, and I love you so much for being a warm person. And what society needs and what everybody needs is a home and a warm person. And you are that to me. Your home, not house. Your family that I've never had, and I want to have forever. I don't know what to say, and I want to learn and relearn, still learning and continue learn life, love, family, home, with you. I still want to continue roasting you. I'll still continue roasting you, whether you like it or not. You get annoyed. I'll still continue, and I love you so much, my annoying person.
Huyo person si amependeka. Anyway, me, I just want to thank you for taking your time to come and share with us, and ukatuambia tuingie kwa kiatu yako to understand. Yeah, I thank you so much for having that courage to even talk about what you've been through. I really appreciate you, and I hope other people out there will also put themselves in your shoes, and in as much as they wouldn't want to get associated with you, but just acceptance, because that is what I advocate for. Love and love and love. Let us love you guys with all that we can. Let us support you. Hata wenye wanasema ni face, wacha waseme tu ni face, but they still wacha tu
face. Kama face haikuguzi, unaiuliza nini? Face si yako. Exactly. Face ni yangu. If kama I've not have been dicked enough, that's my problem. Yes. It's not your problem. Exactly. And I'm not saying muko marafiki, atutaki marafiki. Atutaki marafiki, atutaki mfungue business na sisi. Tunataka unaona kinuna pale nikitembea, I'm human enough. Leave me alone. Respect me as a person. I exist and live as a person. Now, stop naming us. I have a hashtag that was created by me, and I call myself their gay cousin, because I've realized this with people. You are Millicent, but if you get something, you are Millicent ulewa. No. If someone with HIV passes, utasema ule mtu wa ukimwi. Why would you dehumanize someone to that level of labeling them to a thing? Yes. No. I call myself the gay cousin because right now ndio ninaona tunaanza kurikando na my cousins. Na we all know kikuwa different, it was different. Maybe before mwanza kuniita, na ule gay cousin wetu nishajiita. You know why? Because I'm a person they cannot shame. Mimi ni shame na height yangu, mimi ni shame na sauti yangu. I have one of the most sexiest voice I have. I know. Actually, it's a through-pass. Nikitaka kuflat. So it's something I'm proud of, and I'm proud of being myself. I've taught myself to be myself, and I've surrounded myself with people who love me, and that is what maybe I would urge other people. Surround yourself with the people who value you as a person. Live alone as a friend, a sibling, or whatever. Because there's one thing that happens, and I don't think it's a good thing. People can say they are an ally. Ally is people from outside who accept you with your whole thing. They are your ally. You can support me as you can say, I accept you. You're my friend as gay you are. But what if someone else amekuja kwa gay? Utamu accept? No, allyship inafaa kuwa ina cross kila pahali.
I understand whatever you are saying. It's not even about like wewe ni beshte yangu and now you came out. Sina option. Like me, I'm a good friend.
Ngine mwenye nige uwezi ongea na yeye. Do you know what? Indirect, you still hate me.
Yes.
You still hate me. You don't like me because you are with me because of. Tukitoya because are you going to still be with me?
Whatever. Mnasikia vile mnasikia vile Imani anasema, like if you have the gay friends, not just accepting them, but accept their kind. And that is what I wanted us to learn for today. Kama kawa, this is Love is a Beautiful Thing. Thank you so much. I cannot thank you enough. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe and share. Let us hear your thoughts. Na vile tumelearn kutoka kwa Imani, let us be empathetic on these people. They are just human. The way they are empathetic to us, there's no gay friend of mine mayashai sema wewe kwenda huko wewe ni straight. Yeah, wewe kwenda huko wewe ni straight. Let us just be supportive and accept them as they are. I always say that love is a beautiful thing. Whatever love is to you, it is beautiful when you find it. It is your host Millicent Alivitsa. Keep it locked. Like, comment, subscribe and share. Bye.